Welcome to episode 2 of Cars and Crowns, a podcast dedicated to exploring the subcultures of car and watch enthusiasm. I'm your host, Pramod Menon, and we're again filming from the Porsche of New Orleans dealership in Metairie, Louisiana. I want to extend a sincere thanks to Chris Dubison and the rest of the staff here at Porsche of New Orleans for extending the invitation. On today's episode, we'll be interviewing Dr. Jeremy Lay, a local dentist and car and watch enthusiast. His car collection is in its infancy. His watch collection is probably beyond his years. We're excited that you're here to explore his journey along with us. Jeremy, welcome to Cars and Crowns. We're really happy that you could make it and join us for this episode. Do you want to tell us a little bit about your background, how you came to be from New Orleans and kind of where things have taken you in life to where you are now?
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Of course.
I was born and raised in Louisiana, Marrero, West Bank, and then went to high school at Shaw.
Okay.
After that, went to college at Loyola, got into USC Dental School, and now I'm back practicing for a while now.
So USC, as far as like on the list of, was your intent to leave New Orleans or got to stay for dental school?
Oh no, absolutely not. I got into USC and I asked my dad, is it in Los Angeles? I had no idea. I'm serious.
Oh, that's funny.
No idea what USC was.
Sure.
Got there and it's been a wild ride. It's been very fortunate and a lot of fun.
So you were there for 4 years and then came back to the practice that you're in now?
Correct, yeah.
Okay, and you've been there for about 6 years?
6 years, so I'm making 6 years.
Okay, great. What do you see as far as like the future part of your professional career? Do you think you'll stay in that practice? Do you want to grow it? Do you think that you'll stay in Louisiana?
Oh yeah, I love Louisiana. That's why I came right back home.
Okay, sure.
Yeah.
And your family's here, huh?
Yeah, most of my family's from Louisiana, born and raised.
Sure.
And then we loved it. My dad is actually adopted by Cajuns, believe it or not.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Nice. Go ahead, please.
From Basel, Louisiana.
Okay. So you, like your childhood and stuff were spent on the West Bank. That's where that's your dad's practice was there?
It was for a very long time, yeah.
Okay, and then he's in the same practice with you now?
Yeah, we work together, and despite everyone thinking that we wouldn't work well together, turns out we do.
That's great. That's really terrific. I think that's probably every father's dream. Maybe the son or the daughter eventually realize it as well, but like to come full circle like that is really a testament to, your family, you, and, all the hard work and stuff paid off, and you get to see your family regularly. And as you probably, mature in life and have your own kids and stuff, you realize what a blessing that is. But that's terrific. So one of the things that has always kind of intrigued me about, the watch and car and all that stuff is, what was it, do you think, that initially, maybe just starting with the watch part, what do you think it was that drew you to this area, to this space? Was it something that happened in your childhood? Do you remember going shopping and seeing something? Do you kind of remember?
To be honest with you, my influences or people I looked up to always were really into watches.
Okay.
So it's kind of something that I just kind of grew up with my uncle. My dad was also really into watches at one point. Not so much anymore as he's gotten older. But
Sure.
Yeah, it was always something to aspire to have, and it always looked really cool.
Yeah.
And I love the durability behind it.
Okay.
The stories behind them are also really cool. I mean, things that you like to do outside of work, right? That really kind of talk to me. Like scuba diving, for example.
Okay.
I really enjoy scuba diving.
Oh, nice.
It's through undergraduate research with marine biology at Loyola.
Okay.
And I really always loved the scuba diving story. So, the scuba diving watch always spoke to me.
Okay, great. So you have a couple of pieces that you've dived with. Do you remember what your first, whether it was one that's in your collection now, or do you remember what the first watch that you bought that you felt really like enamored with or some emotional attachment towards?
There definitely has to be the Sea Dweller.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a SD43 as people call it, and it has a little red pop that says Sea Dweller, and that's got to be probably my favorite. My first one that I bought for myself.
Do you remember how old you were when?
I would say I graduated when I was 28, waitlisted for 2 years, so I think around 30.
You mean, waitlisted for the watch?
Correct.
Got it. Okay, you got it from an AD?
I did get it from AD, yeah.
So once you made the decision that you were going to like dive, no pun intended, head first into the watch space, you thought this Sea Dweller would be the best first option?
Well, I didn't really have much of a first option. I didn't really even understand what it was. I wanted a sub. And then I kept going into the AD because I used to work every other Saturday coming out. For the first 3 years, I was working a lot of Saturdays. And Trader Joe's on my way home was right next to an AD.
Oh, right, sure.
Right, so you just pop in, and I wasn't even really looking for the Sea Dweller. But one day, I guess the guy got tired of seeing me, Mr. Mike. He was a really sweet guy.
Yeah.
And I'd go in there, and I didn't understand the watch game. I actually even sent an email to Rolex saying, hey, I've been wanting a watch ever since I graduated in 2020. I cannot find one. Everyone's telling me no. What can I do? And then they emailed me back saying, well, if you come to Switzerland, we can put you on the wait list.
Oh, that's funny.
I guess Mr. Mike got tired of seeing me, and he gave me the rundown of the game. And he said, hey, if you have to buy some jewelry, and then maybe I can fight for you. And that was really nice of him. I think I bought some earrings.
Sure.
And then, one day I walked in, he said, yeah, you want to see a Sea Dweller? And I said, yeah. And this is when they didn't have anything in the cases.
Of course.
And I was like, yeah, I would love to try it. And
that was during COVID, huh? 2020, right at the start?
Correct. 2020 was right around COVID. I think it was going in 2020, 2021, ended 2020.
Okay.
So then he let me try it on, and he said, do you want to go home with it? And I was,
wow.
Yeah, I was exhilarated.
Were you prepared to pay for it at that time? I mean, in terms of like having not maybe planned for, hey, I'm going to go get this and kind of have things in order. I mean, obviously you probably did, but was that a little bit of a shock to you as well? Like, oh, this is really happening?
Yes, absolutely. But I couldn't pass the moment up.
Of course, yeah.
And I was on the wait list already, kind of.
Sure.
So I had it in the back of my mind, hey, I want that graduation piece.
Okay.
I just finished dental school 2 years ago. I really want something to commemorate it.
So your first real foray into this was with Rolex?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Definitely.
And so you had that watch for a couple of years, a year. And then when did it occur to you that, like, I'm enamored or fascinated, or, this may become more than just a buy one watch? Had that always been part of what you thought might happen?
I had no idea, actually. I didn't know what I was getting myself into, and then how far down the rabbit hole I would actually go, right? And everyone kept telling me it's really, really difficult to get. And then I kept getting offered watches. And then my uncle...
From the AD after you bought the Sea Dweller?
Right, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know how, but as a thank you gift to Mr. Mike, after getting me the Sea Dweller, I like to cook a lot. So I gave him a prime rib for him and his family.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and he said, he really liked the prime rib, I guess. And he said, he really liked it. And he asked me, what's your dream watch? And I said, well, stainless steel, black face Daytona. 2 months later, I get a call. I'm in the middle of clinic. I numbed up my patient. Take out a tooth. I think it was like 1:30 on a Friday. And I get a call from Mike Siegler. And I pick up. And he says, hey, I got your Daytona. And I said, no, you stop messing with me. Sure. I thought it was a joke.
Yeah.
I know how hard it is to get one of those. And I had just bought a Sea Dweller. And he basically offered me the watch. And I drove over there to get it.
Wow. Yeah, that is typically how that goes when you get the call for something that's very difficult. You essentially, if you don't go that day, it'll be gone like within an hour or whatever. It's very difficult, from what I've understood and experienced, for them to hold on to it for any length of time. Even the next day probably wouldn't have been an option. So go ahead.
Oh yeah, no, I called out. I left right there.
Did somebody fill in for the patient you were taking care of?
I actually finished up with that patient. Forgot to sign the scripts.
Right, sure.
But I told them, hey, just can you guys cover me? And I work at a practice where we all kind of like watches.
Sure.
So then they said, you better go.
Yeah, nice. Oh, that's great. So you went and picked it up. How far apart? How long was it? A few months you said after you bought the Sea Dweller?
Yeah, just a few months. Not too long.
So you weren't really planning on, well, maybe you were, but like you probably weren't planning on having two to buy within a few months period, huh?
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
But
good.
My uncle told me if I didn't get it, he would get it.
Oh, right, sure. Yeah, okay, got it. So that's still in your collection, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, okay. So from there, you had a couple of Rolexes at this point. Where did the car part of, like your interest start or peak, or did you think, okay, after I get a couple of watches, I'm going to move on to maybe the automotive space and kind of delve into that a little bit?
My uncle, whenever I got into or had an interview at USC for dental school, told me, well, if you get into USC, then I'll give you my old car.
Oh, wow.
And I didn't even know what Porsche was. And I think this is back when I was still pronouncing it Porsche.
Sure.
And I said, what is that? He said, I'll give you my old 2001 Boxster. And I didn't realize what it was until I got into California and got in the car. And I said, this is it. And I was just gobsmacked by the first time I drove it. And then I had it for about 5 years until all kinds of issues started coming up. But man, I'm telling you, it's a dream.
It is. So the car was in California?
It was, and I shipped it back here.
Okay, great. So you had a lot of time behind the wheel. You drove that after you graduated in New Orleans, and then you changed on to other things or whatever. So you had it for about 5 years, roughly. So I don't remember what iteration, what the platform was. It a 9? I don't remember the internal code for that particular model year.
It was a 996.
Okay.
Flat 6 with a 2.7 liter and a mid-size engine.
Oh, nice. Okay. So what did you think? I mean, never having experienced Porsche before, what did you drive before that?
I had a Honda Civic.
Okay.
2007,
fair.
yeah.
Yeah, right. Did you tune it or anything?
No.
Yeah,
It was
okay.
just base.
So did you do anything to the Boxster?
I didn't. I drove it until it died. Yeah, but man, it was such a dream.
How many miles did you have on it?
I had about 70,000, I think, 80,000.
Okay, I don't know. It's Porsche engines are like bulletproof or pretty close.
It wasn't the engine that gave out.
Okay.
It was the radiator.
Oh,
kept cracking and
okay,
leaking.
got it.
Then I had a problem with oil leaking. Yeah, and then all kinds of things just started coming up when I brought it down here.
Sure. So the Porsche bug, you had it, you drove it, and then probably you're kind of in the mindset that you're going to get another Porsche. Is that what you think you'll wind up doing?
Yeah, no, that's definitely in the books. But I had to get the house first so I can get family.
Of course.
The car is going to be the reward at the end of the tunnel.
You don't want to have a 911 before you have kids?
Oh, wow. I mean, there's 4 seats, right?
Right, exactly. Yeah, sure.
Enough room for everyone.
Yeah. So what are you in now?
I have a Lexus GX 460.
Okay.
2023.
Sure. So from the Boxster to the SUV?
I had a Jeep for a while.
Okay. What did you think of that?
The Rubicon, it was a great car, but the recalls were killing me.
Okay.
They had it for a month and a half at one point. So it's the 4xe engine, and you could charge it. And at one point, or a few points, they told me, don't charge it because it can blow up.
Oh, wow.
So
you bought that after you got back to New Orleans and started your practice? You bought the Jeep?
once the Porsche failed,
Okay,
then
got it.
that was my daily.
Okay.
And I guess I have a long commute, so I was driving an hour each way.
Got
and
it.
Putting miles on it.
Sure.
That poor car.
Okay, so you matriculated to the GX?
I went into the Rubicon 4xe.
Okay, and then from there to the Lexus.
The Lexus.
Okay, which is what you're driving now.
Correct.
Got it. So, like, what do you think about the Japanese engine? You know, the build quality. I guess was the Jeep that you had like a Jeep or like an SUV Jeep?
I had the Wrangler. It's the Rubicon is the highest one.
Yeah, the Jeep, right?
Right.
Yeah, okay. So it wasn't really like going from an SUV to an SUV, because a Jeep, like a Jeep handles and drives a little bit probably better than an SUV, right?
Yeah, I would say so.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed the car except for the recalls. Like there were so many, I just couldn't. I think there was 5.
Sure.
And at some point, I just said, I can't not have a car for this long. And it was my only car.
And it was affecting your getting to work and this and that, and yeah, sure.
Only so many times you could be late to work.
Yeah, right, exactly. So you're in the Lexus now, and it's been pretty reliable?
Yeah, it's a 2023. It's the last V8 engine.
Okay.
Right? And then that's kind of the reason I picked it over the 2024, 2025 models.
Yeah, they changed the body style too, right? Didn't they move on to like now the Toyota Land Cruiser and the the Lexus GX, right?
Right.
They kind of look like pretty similar, and maybe the internal components and stuff are a little bit different. You had the model year prior to that.
Correct. And then, yeah, they moved to a more boxy, funny enough, Jeep-looking cars.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, and they look great. I mean, they look like a stormtrooper would drive it.
Sure.
But at the same time, I guess I'm over a little bit of the cool new look. I just wanted the tried and true V8 that's bulletproof.
Ah, got it. Okay, so you've been dailying that, and you know, do you enjoy driving it? Is it pretty comfortable?
Yeah, it's really nice. It's very reliable. I don't ever think in the back of my head, is there going to be another recall?
Sure. So maybe when you move on to a sports car, you'll probably keep something like that as well, especially if you have kids and all that.
Yeah,
sure.
I think.
Do you take any like road trips? Have you thought about that in this particular car? Have you been on a long distance? Actually, your commute's an hour every day, so you're driving 2 hours, so it must be pretty comfortable. What I've realized is that like SUVs and sedans are crazy comfortable. You know, and I'm not saying that a 911, you know, but it's like getting in and out, especially as you get older. It's crazy what you think about, you know, in terms of, you know, like sitting in that car, being a little low to the ground. I mean, I sound like I'm 90.
No. I listen, I was 24 in the prime of my life when I got the Boxster.
Yeah.
And I got out of that car sometimes crickety.
Right. And, you know, like with your line of work, you know, like constantly over people, you know, that kind of thing, like the strain on your back, you know? And so it's like, must be really nice and pleasant to walk out of your office and like step up into a car as opposed to like trying to figure out how you're going to get out of it once you get home. You're more exhausted and stuff. Yeah, the car looks great. I saw it outside. And, you know, yeah, it's a good looking car. I think, you know, Lexus is going through, like a lot of car companies, it's going through a little bit of like, I don't want to say finding itself, but you know, they announced the GR, I think it's the GR86. Did you see this released at the What Auto show or at the end of the year of 2025? There's two new Lexus, one's a track focused and the other one's street focused. I think they're the Gazoo Racing, and I think the number 86 is significant for something. But they totally redesigned the GR Coupe. It looks pretty spectacular. And they came out with an all-electric LFA that's going to replace the V10 version. Have you seen this?
I haven't seen anything. If I'm being totally honest, I'm more of a Porsche fan. Okay. Yeah, I got the Lexus as a responsible decision before I could get into a 911.
Have you ever explored Lexus as far as their sports cars go?
I have not, no.
So when I was you know, younger, they came out with their SC, whatever it was.
Okay.
It was a convertible two-door, and then that kind of evolved into it's kind of got the body style of the LFA. I don't know what it is. It's a V8 engine. The name of the car is escaping. It's a two-door. They're discontinuing it.
I think you're talking about the LC.
Yeah, that's it.
The LC.
Yeah. So the LC is like a really good-looking car.
Yeah, it looks nice.
A lot of auto journalists and podcast people rave about the natural aspirated engine, how good it sounds. I actually thought about like maybe going and trying to find one to test drive. Not to try to talk you out of the Porsche thing or whatever. So, from the, Lexus, and you're committed to, getting a 911, do you have your eyes set on a particular, which model of the 911 that you think you're going to wind up getting?
Yeah, I think I'm going to look for a 997 too.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the dream right now.
Got it.
All my uncles I have a lot of family that are really into cars, and that's the model that we're all looking for. I guess it's a community effort.
Oh, nice. Yeah. Maybe you guys pitch in and...
No, I don't think.
Okay, right. They probably don't drive as well as you, huh? Yeah.
No, I think they probably drive better.
Oh, that's funny. Okay, so having said that, like the car thing is like kind of in cruise control for now until, the other things in your life. So from the, like that's a pretty like tall hill or mountain you've already kind of ascended to. You have a black dial Daytona, stainless steel. Like, what prompts you to look further, and what came next?
In terms of watches? Mm-hmm. So I guess I just kept getting offered more and more watches, and I know that wasn't something that is happening to a lot of people. So I kind of felt like the lucky one. So it was hard to say no.
Same AD?
Different ADs, actually. Okay. My AD lost their contract.
Okay.
Probably because he sold me the stainless steel Daytona. No, it was a joke.
Right.
But Adler's sadly lost their contract.
Right.
So then I went to go look at other ADs, and I just kept striking, getting lucky.
Okay. Yeah. So what came next?
I think the Batgirl came next.
Okay.
Right.
So did you kind of have a list, or was it just like whatever they were offering you?
It was whatever they were. I had a list, but I was going to say no to anything that they were offering me I didn't want. But they kept offering me things I wanted. Like, I don't know how that happened. I don't know.
How did you kind of curate your knowledge about, like, you know, what was in the public discourse? You know, because models go through this, like, just like everything, like ebbs and flows.
Right.
And, you know, this is hot for now, and, you know, maybe like not as much of a talking point later on. Did you pay any attention to that?
I did. I really liked what I liked. And I talked with my uncles, and we all agreed on a few things. But yeah, I curated my own watches that I was into based off of things I do in my life, such as scuba diving.
Okay.
Then the Daytona was always really cool because I like cars.
Of course.
And then I think the last one was GMT. Right? I really like GMTs due to the travel aspect. Whenever I'm in or traveling in Tokyo, I can set the time to America and see, you know, when I can text my mom.
Right. Okay. Nice. Always remember to text your mom, huh?
Oh yeah. No,
yeah. Sure. So the Batgirl, you know, and that's their GMT, or one of their, right? Yeah. And that's on the not the Oyster Flex, not the Oyster bracelet, but the Jubilee.
Jubilee.
Okay. Got it. So once you got that, it just kind of, the floodgates opened, or they stayed open as far as you being able to kind of get like what was popular, what was available?
I honestly don't know what it was, but I think that if I walked into an authorized dealer with Daytona, for example, that everyone knows is very difficult to get, then I think that it kind of showed them that I'm not messing around, or I'm not going to buy anything that I don't really like. So after that, it was just floodgates were open, yeah.
Okay, so where did it go from there?
Then I went to Lee Michaels after, and I was just buying some jewelry for my girlfriend because we were going to a wedding. And the guy accidentally cut the necklace as he was cutting off the price tag.
Okay.
And he said, "I am so sorry." And then we kind of got to talking, and we were like, "Oh no, it's fine. Like, it's not for another 2 weeks or something." And then he sourced another one from one of the other branches, and he said, "What can I do to make it up to you? I see you're wearing a Daytona. What do you want?" I'm like, "I don't really want anything. I got so many already." And he was saying, I was like, "Well, I guess I would want a Starbucks or a white Daytona." And then he got me the Starbucks literally a few months later.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he said as an apology
for
cutting the necklace.
So what do you think about that? You know, at its peak, COVID, you know, pushed this like wait list and all these games, you know, with the AD, and, you know, the gray market blew up.
Yeah.
But, you know, like what's the real market for, you know, any you know, fine or upper end horologic piece? What do you think it really is?
I think the market is based off of what you would pay for it. So I think that it was kind of struggling for me. It was a struggle for me whenever I first got out, but it paid off in the end, and I didn't really take out kind of saying, "Hey, I'm not gonna get what I want, so I'll buy this to satiate myself in the meantime." But I never did that. I never settled. So I just waited, sat, and eventually it paid off.
Do you think, though, that the hype outside of COVID, do you think that it's like sustainable? Do you think that it's real? You think it'll be like long lasting, you know, in perpetuity? As far as, you know, if we're just talking about Rolex, you know, we can go into other brands and stuff as well, which are probably as equal or more difficult, or at least as equal to get. But what do you think? You think that
I think the brand speaks for itself, right? It's been around for a very long time. It's actually not even one of the oldest watch brands, but their quality to craftsmanship kind of defines how desirable the pieces are, right? I have never worn a watch that works so well, and I can do whatever I want in.
Yeah.
Scuba, I can take it to the depths of the ocean. I can take it to the golf course. I don't play golf, but I've heard. right? I can take it to the ranges. I can do whatever I wanted to it. For example, I was on the Tower of Terror, and I had an Omega triple day date. And it's an older model, but I was on the tower, and then the face sunk.
Oh, wow,
I
really?
know, really sad.
Okay.
Took it to a watchmaker. They're like, you can't do that in Omega. And then I think I was...
They didn't tell you that in the instructions, right?
No, there's none. And then I got the Sea Dweller, and I remember asking Mr. Mike, can I go do stuff in it? He goes, you can do whatever the hell you want in this.
Yeah.
He said, if you break it, then there's a story behind it, and we want to know.
Ah, nice.
Yeah. So.
Okay. Yeah. Rolex definitely does stand behind that. I don't know. I think that Rolex makes 1 million pieces a year. I think that's like substantially, like astronomically more. Maybe not Omega, but definitely more than Patek or AP or Vacheron. And they sell all of them, I think, or, eventually they do. So we're back from a little break. We're talking about Rolex, the quantity, the hype, et cetera. I think it is sustainable. I think Rolex, all the manufacturers for that matter, I think COVID, probably falsely elevated the sense of importance and the exclusivity of trying to get into, the brand itself. Eventually, it's doable, and I think, different models, or even exploring different brands, I think is eventually accomplishable. I mean, obviously, people are doing it, but I do think that hype is going to stick around, and I think COVID, was exactly what the watch industry kind of needed. It just raised everyone's awareness and became this, very difficult to acquire commodity. What do you think?
From what I understand, during COVID, everyone wasn't traveling, hopefully. Right?
Sure.
And everyone was staying home, so all of a sudden everyone had a bit more money to spend. So then they started getting into the watch market, right? And something that I've learned about Rolex is they don't really cater to the hype, right? So they make this amount of models. Now the demand is so high that they can't keep up with it. Are they going to increase their output to service that demand, or are they just going to keep growing at a certain rate, which they've been doing for God knows how long?
Yeah.
And let the market kind of set itself up. And that's what I've kind of noticed. And I've been lucky to get the models that I wanted. And I just think that they're doing the right thing, in my opinion. Maybe it's easy for me to say because I've gotten most things.
Right.
I've gotten very lucky.
Yeah.
But, I know a lot of my friends can't get a watch, so I understand that part too.
That part is very true as well. Like hearing about it from other friends and just online with what's available, people putting out there like their experiences. It can be very difficult, and despite making 1 million pieces a year, it's still I don't have any firsthand experience with AP or Patek, it's weird. I'd like to get your opinion about this. It's not weird, but it's the knee jerk is, okay, once I've satisfied this Rolex, whatever, those are the brands, Vacheron, Patek, and AP, that people naturally gravitate towards. I don't know that I fall into that yet. I think Vacheron is a brand that I think, I could probably see myself at some point. I had some feelings of being enamored by the other two, but I just don't feel like I've gotten that connection, I guess as much as you can from a distance for AP or Patek. I don't know if the price was, price of entry was discouraging, because it's a lot of money, and of course that's a consideration for everybody. What do you think about why people just go to those three as the next, as opposed to, hey, I'm good with Rolex, I'm going to go to a micro brand?
In my opinion,
Yeah.
I think why people go to that is because no one else can afford it, right? I really like Rolex because it's more affordable, and I know that's crazy to say.
Yeah.
But it's kind of a working person's watch.
Sure.
I think that whenever you talk about AP and Patek, you're getting into astronomical prices, where I just don't think that I would ever feel comfortable financially and emotionally, maybe,
Sure.
to get one of those. And the people that I've talked to who have them, it's more of a statement piece than anything, at least from what I'm seeing. Rolex, man, it just keeps running, right? You can do whatever you want to it. There's a story of a guy losing his 1970 Rolex, maybe 10, 15 years ago, in the ocean. It's been under the ocean for 4 years. A surfer found it, picked it up, and it starts ticking again. He found the guy.
Wow.
He opened the reference
Really?
number, found the guy, gave it to him. It still worked, and they restored it.
Unbelievable.
Now, there's another story, not to say that Patek or anything is less, but of an aquanaut being lost in the ocean for a few months or a year. They picked it up, and they found it, but it was rusted inside, etc.
Oh, was it?
So, yes, and then it is nice having those watches, if you can afford it.
Sure.
But I just don't think that I can.
Yeah, of course.
Realistically, yeah.
Sure. So, I think from a craftsmanship standpoint, like once you kind of get into the, I'm going to buy this or that or have this or that, I think the next level of exploration for me has been like the movement, right. Understanding how that can be refined, how the complications, add to the level of craftsmanship and the thought process that goes into manufacturing something that's almost as we touched on this on the previous episode, almost as complicated as a car engine.
Yeah.
In terms of what it has to do on such a reliable basis with parts that are like microns in size and diameter. And I mean, firsthand experience, fine motor skills as a dentist, like understanding how much is involved in making this thing work. I do feel as though AP, Patek, and Vacheron, from a craftsmanship standpoint, probably, stand on their own, footing or whatever, however you want to phrase it. I do believe that. And I think that speaks to what you said earlier. Rolex is, a tool watch, or could be considered that, like you said, jack of all trades, incredibly refined, carries with it some gravitas. I think that the other three brands maybe predate, I don't remember exactly, and maybe they had more time to kind of put together this very exquisite, well thought out,
right.
Masterpiece.
Yeah, it's definitely art versus. I'm not saying Rolex isn't art. It is.
It is. Yeah.
But man, it's just something that works. That's why I love the Lexus. It just keeps going. Bulletproof.
Sure.
That's the whole reason why I like the Rolex.
Yeah, Rolex. And I think we both listened to that podcast. They did a lot of really good things. When like in the 1940s and 1950s. To bring the awareness, because watches, essentially have maintained their importance in normal life. Like imagine if you didn't wear a watch and you lost your iPhone. Like how would you know like what time it was or whatever? I mean,
sundial.
Yeah, right. There you go. So back when in the 1950s, 30s, 40s,
right.
when wristwatches or pocket watches were all that were available, so watches in general have maintained their value, whether you use an iPhone or not, or an iWatch or whatever. Go ahead.
If I'm being totally honest with you, right, a lot of times I use it to tell the time.
Yeah.
But now I have a phone.
Sure.
Then when I have Apple Watches, I think whenever I look at my watch sometimes, it's a great reflection of, oh man, this is nice.
Sure.
It's just the feeling of, wow.
Accomplishment,
yeah. And what I was doing. And it also brings back some memories, right? I look at my Sea Dweller and I think about the scuba diving trips I've been on it.
Of course.
So it's just a nice escape from your daily grind sometimes.
Yeah, a momentary glimpse into, something that you achieved or aspired to achieve. Yeah, or some memory with it or, that kind of thing. Yeah, that's interesting. Like when iWatches came out, I think a lot of people thought that like the fine horology part of like, culture or whatever was gone. I don't remember when you said you got your Rolex, what year it was, but that was way after. When did the iWatch come out?
I have no idea.
I think like in the early, maybe mid 2000s, 2007, maybe 2008. Right. I'm sure, in Switzerland, everyone was freaking out. But, a lot of my friends even, I think that, but they persevered, and, I think it'll keep growing. It's interesting that a lot of your family members are also as into it. I think that probably lends itself to good conversation, good memories, about the pieces and comparing stories and, that kind of thing. Do you want to go through some of the collection?
Yeah, sure. All right. So in dental school, whenever I got into dental school, my dad gave me the 1803 Rolex as a kind of a graduation. Oh, that was college and dental school.
Take it out.
Okay. Saying, hey, you finally made it. Here's a little watch as a sign of your accomplishment. So that's an heirloom.
This was his watch?
This was his watch, yeah.
Wow. So it's a 36 millimeter, 38?
36.
Okay.
Correct. And then...
How often does it get on your wrist?
Honestly, not so much anymore. I do change the band out, and then whenever I change the band out, but 36 is I'm a bit of a larger guy, and sure. 36 is kind of constraining. Okay. It feels like.
Right.
Especially after a 43 millimeter sea dweller.
Of course.
And then my mom gave me one because my dad gave me one, and she had to compete. But funny enough, I think my dad bought this for my mom. But we're not gonna. I guess we're already gonna talk about that. Maybe she won't watch. After that, I was in dental school, and I thought this is a bit too much, so I got the Hamilton as for myself as a way of saying, hey, I can wear this every day. And it won't be too much. Yeah, absolutely.
So Hamilton is an American company.
Correct.
Yeah, that has a long history of watchmaking. Like the early 1900s, I think, is when it was founded.
I think so. And then it was I like it because it's a field watch. Kind of looks like military-esque.
Sure.
Really easy to change the date. The other ones weren't. So that really appealed to me, and I love the case on the back. It has a clear case.
Take a look at it. Sure.
Yeah, so for the price point of, I think it was like $300, $400, I just loved it. So you can see the clear
sure.
back.
Okay, got it, yeah.
So I just really loved the fact that it had a clear back, and I don't think Rolex has even gotten there yet.
So I think on their newest movement, on maybe the Land Dweller and some of the Daytonas, I think it is open.
Yeah.
But historically, you're right, they haven't been.
And this watch is, I've had this for maybe since 2016.
Okay.
And it's been keeping time, and
about 10 years,
never had to service it.
Oh, nice. No. Where do you service your non-Rolexes?
Honestly, I like Japan.
Oh, okay.
It's super cheap.
Sure.
I've serviced.
So you ship to a place there?
Whenever I go travel, I'll go over there and kind of talk to the watch guys. See if I can get a rush order.
Oh, okay. And then you bring your watch with you?
I do, yes.
Okay.
If it needs to be serviced.
Sure.
The other ones, I've got it at AD's, and then these two I've got from a friend. I serviced with a friend in New Orleans. Yeah,
okay.
Really nice. I'm trying to think of their name right now.
Okay, sure. So these two from the parents, you picked up the Hamilton. Where's the Sea Dweller?
Right here. This is probably the one that I love the most.
Wow, this is the original, huh? So this
First
is 44 millimeters?
43.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow, it's a...
The James Cameron's a 44.
I got it. So what is this rated to? How many, what's the depth?
Well, I'll tell you if it wasn't 6 o'clock, but 4,000 meters, I think.
Okay.
1,220 feet.
Wow.
So it was the deepest watch for quite a while.
And then, is it another Rolex that has a record still?
The James Cameron beat it.
Went on to the bottom of the,
The bottom of, I forgot what the chasm is.
Sure.
But they strapped it onto the outside of James Cameron's sub.
Yeah.
Isn't
that crazy?
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
It's cool because it has a helium escape valve.
So, I don't know the depth you have to dive to have to use that. Do you?
I don't know.
Have you ever had to do it?
I think I understand this. This is it does it automatically.
Oh, nice.
But this is a manual, so you actually have to open up the helium escape valve.
So you've dived with this and the Omega?
Yes, correct.
Got it. Do you like in terms of underwater performance, or do you use the watch for your timing of your oxygen availability and all that?
So it's a bit outdated because typically a tank will last you an hour.
Okay.
So you put it only rotates one way. So you can't ever rotate it the other way. So you can only lose time.
Got it.
And I like to set it so I know how long I've been underwater. But it used to be more important than that. It used to tell you, oh, if you don't come up at this time, you're out of oxygen.
Right.
You're probably in trouble.
Okay.
Right? No use. This isn't as important to you anymore.
Sure. Isn't there something you can wear from the tank that does that as well?
I think so. Normally people have dive watches that I go with
right.
now.
Okay, sure.
And now I have a PSI.
Okay.
So it tells me exactly how much air I have.
How often do you dive?
I try to go once a year.
Oh, nice. What are some of the cooler places you've been?
Oh, God. I did undergraduate research in Belize.
Oh, nice.
That was amazing.
Was it?
The
Did
first
you dive
dive-
often while you were there?
Yes, and
Okay.
that's when I got certified. And I'm telling you, I think the first dive is your best dive.
Okay.
It was amazing.
Was it?
Yeah, kept going.
And did you have
the
one of the
bug.
watches with you when you were there?
No, that was in college.
Sure.
I did not afford.
Okay, right.
I think I had a
Okay,
Timex
sure.
that told
Yeah,
me
that's all right.
it would
Hey.
go to 50 meters.
Sure.
It didn't go to 50 meters. So no, it was done.
Okay, so from there, you got the stainless steel black
Daytona.
dial Daytona, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, can we take a look at it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so.
This is my holy grail.
Is it?
Yeah, it is.
I thought maybe the one you'd have on your wrist would be.
So yeah, this one is a holy grail watch for me.
Okay.
This is the one that I always wanted, and I didn't realize that it was so desirable until after I asked them if I could have it. They kind of were like, "Oh, you just want the one that everybody wants."
Right, sure. No, it's beautiful. Yeah, this is highly sought after still. I mean, to this day, and all the hype with Daytona started around COVID. So 6 years later, very, very difficult, if not impossible to get. This will be a forever watch, huh?
Yeah, you make someone a prime rib, though. You see, might be
Right.
a little bit easier.
I'm going to take that advice. Stopping off over at, what's the local grocery store on this side of the lake?
Yeah, I'll send you the
Zupardo's
recipe.
or something?
Pardos, I know.
No, Zupardo's.
Zupardo's,
Yeah,
that's
right.
it. Zupardo's.
You
yeah.
go to Zupardo's and pick up a couple of prime ribs and head over to Lee Michaels.
Right.
Yeah, this is a great.
Well,
great
Adler's
watch.
gave me that one, but yeah.
Adler's, sure.
Or they're not around anymore,
Right.
unfortunately.
And then it went to the Batgirl after that, huh?
Correct. Yep.
Okay. When did the Omega come into your collection?
The Omega came in, I think, in between the Daytona and the Batgirl.
Was that from an AD as well?
It's from Boucher, I think.
Okay, I don't know who that.
They are in Mid-City. It's kind of close to Rolls and Bowls.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
All right,
yeah.
sure. We frequent there often.
Right.
I didn't know there was an AD there for
Yeah.
anything.
Yeah, there's a great dude, great family there, really nice dude. I think his name's David.
Can we take a look at it?
Yeah, absolutely. It's Titan. This is the James Bond No Time to Die.
I don't want to.
Yeah, no, you're good.
Yeah, this is a great looking watch. So
I was obsessed with it for a while. And I still
it's
wear it all the time.
Crazy light.
Yeah, it's titanium,
Yeah.
43 millimeter.
No, this is so. We were talking earlier off camera about how have you found the timekeeping and reliability of the Omega?
I found that, I did talk about the Omega sinking its face. This one has had no issues.
Yeah.
I've really enjoyed this one. I think the newer models probably are a little bit more durable.
Sure.
After, and that's why I love the competition too. With the AP, Rolex, whatever you may say, steel strengthens steel.
Of course.
Steel sharpens steel.
There you go.
And competition's always good.
Yeah,
'cause
I
it makes
agree.
you better.
Sure. Have you seen their release, the Reverse Panda Speedmaster?
The Reverse Panda, I've seen their Panda. I haven't seen the Reverse Panda.
So it's a black dial with white subdials.
Okay.
And it's on a stainless steel bracelet. It's their Speedmaster, and they made one with either gold or a gold alloy.
Okay.
The Reverse Panda stainless steel is priced right around 10.
Okay.
maybe
Yeah,
15.
I've seen that one. Okay, with the red, the white.
Right.
Right.
And the gold is priced at like 45.
Yeah. No.
I think they're difficult to get.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think everyone's making a play for the Daytona.
Okay.
And it's a good looking watch. They started 2026 with a bang. What do you think about the Land Dweller? Is that on your list of potential next watches?
I would like to see it in person before I commit, but on photos it looks really cool.
Yeah, that's a new movement.
Right.
That's
Oh,
their
yeah.
first new movement in I don't know how many years. And I think they did something to a specific part of the movement, the escapement, I think.
Okay.
They refined it, and that might be a more difficult part to kind of fine tune and work on. Interesting. I didn't really give it much consideration either, but I think if Rolex is heading in that direction,
Yeah.
and it's got the open case on the back,
Oh, yeah.
I think, as well. Yeah, sure.
I do love seeing the movement.
I know, isn't that?
It's really
yeah,
cool.
right. I mean, beautiful. What a collection.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
So you said that the next, oh, we didn't go over the one on your wrist.
Oh, yeah. This one is gonna be just the Daytona on Oyster Flex. I think some people refer to it as the Paul Newman.
Yeah.
I got it because I'm obsessed with Porsche, and they had the Porsche colors.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so
okay.
after the Grail piece, yeah, I just lucked into this.
It's beautiful. It's stunning. What a watch. So the Panda's next, and then
That's
call it for a while?
Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
I can't think of anything else I could ever want.
Well, we can finish with that part of the, where this may go. But yeah, what a beautiful collection, and really can't thank you enough for sharing it with us.
Thanks so much.
Yeah, thanks, Jeremy. What a treat it was for us to have you on. To hear about like how this has kind of been such a big part of your life, and it's very, very encouraging to know that for somebody who's much younger than I am, that this is a big passion, and hopefully that'll continue with people that are your age, and your influence will make its mark on people that you interact with. Thank you for bringing your collection. It's stunning. It's fantastic. We can't wish you anything but the best in your ongoing journey. And hopefully you'll be back here in the dealership in the next few years, picking up your 911. I really appreciate your time. Do you have anything that you want to add?
No, thanks for having me so much, and I really appreciate it.
Same, okay? All the best.